Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture on social marketing. This lecture is a part of your paper on development communication. In this module, we will discuss the role of social marketing as one of the approaches to development communication. This model introduces you to aspects of social marketing as one of the approaches to development communication and how it is implemented for social and behavioral change. Social marketing is a marketing discipline known as early as the 1970s, though in India we can see its traces way back pre-independence with Promote Swadeshi, Free India from the British rule, untouchability, women's education, eliminating sati practices and other movements prior to independence. The role of social marketing is to persuade people through various kinds of activities to bring about changes in their health status, prevent any form of injuries, safeguard the environment, encourage community development or improve upon their financial well-being, encourage children and women's education and so on. There are several ways in which the practice can be defined, but the common points that emerge are changing behaviors, planning a step-by-step process using marketing values and practices, defining the target audience clearly, designing campaign to help building a better society, learning about social marketing. Defining social marketing. Social marketing is a process that uses marketing principles and techniques to influence target audience behaviors that will benefit society as well as the individuals. This strategically oriented discipline relies on creating, communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings that have positive value for individuals, clients, partners and society at large. Social marketing is the application of commercial marketing concepts and tools to influence the voluntary behavior of target audience to improve their lives or the society of which they are a part. Social marketing, more specifically, is the systematic application of interactive marketing principles and techniques that harness audience participation to deliver value and achieve specific behavioral goals for a society good. Sameer Deshpande and Nancy Lee in their book Social Marketing in India 2013 mention an interesting case on how an organization, Seva Bank, did social marketing solely for the purpose of helping the poor and the needy. Mrs. Alaban Bhatt, a Gandhian, started the Self-Employed Women's Association and short Seva in 1972. Its primary goal was to help the poor illiterate women become independent financially and thus overcome poverty. The target audiences for Seva Bank were 4 types of freelancing and uneducated women in the informal sector. They were the street-based workers, home-based workers, manual laborers and producers. The bank uses commercial style marketing strategy to encourage progressive financial outlook among their consumers. The loan service of Seva Bank is not acknowledged as social marketing, but the process clearly indicates all the fundamentals of the same. Seva clearly defines its target audience. It provides consumer-centric services. It has clearly specified the behavioral objectives and also applies the 4P: product, price, promotion and place strategy that adds value to the specific behavior. It also removes any hurdles and helps individuals, organizations and society to have a better financial security. Thus, taking a cue from Seva Bank, loan as a service marketing measure, even commercial banks can introduce this concept in their financial services. It is important for you to understand how social marketing differ from commercial forms of marketing. In commercial marketing, the main goal of the marketer is to sell goods and services that will be financially beneficial for the organization, whereas in social marketing, the goal is to influence public behavior for societal benefit. In commercial marketing, commercial gain is the main intention of marketers, for which they choose the target audience, deliver campaign who will provide maximum sales. In social marketing, however, the audience segments are selected on basis of the current social problem, ease to reach the publics and a keenness to change and so on. The similarity in both social as well as commercial marketing is that both the parties look towards highest return on investment of means used. Challenges faced in social marketing. Samir Deshpande and Nancy Lee in their book Social Marketing in India 2013 describe the obstacles social marketing faces while trying to persuade people to do any of the following. Some of the examples are taken from the book and many more are mentioned. Getting rid of addiction of any form, like stop smoking or alcohol. Changing the present lifestyles and getting out of your comfort zone, like taking public transport instead of private transport. Providing help, like tutoring slum children or children deprived of basic education. Starting new habits such as eating organic food, eating healthy food, doing some exercises. Using recycle, reusable products instead of buying new. Use less of paper or plastics. Using water to the minimum and avoiding wastage. Checking leaks in pipes or taps. Using the techniques of solar energy to provide for electricity. Avoid drinking and driving at high speed. Giving blood donation frequently. Avoid wasting any form of energy. These are some of the challenges that are not so easy to execute and convince the public to bring about these behavioral changes in their lives. Though, of course, it is not impossible either. It requires a lot of effort from the part of the social marketer to plan out a strategy to design and implement ways in which societal gain can be achieved. Social marketing and other disciplines share and learn from each other, thus integrating common concepts in their respective disciplines. Audience orientation, segmentation, behavior focus, evaluation, consideration of upstream and midstream target audience. Social marketers look at audience who have choices rather than treat them like learners or somebody who needs regulation. It adopts a very audience-oriented approach which looks into what people really need and thus provide them with resources to attain it. Audiences are selected carefully based on many parameters. And who will embrace the proposed behavior? Efforts are made to reach out even to the most remote or difficult to reach audiences so as to help those who are most ready for action. In social marketing, it is essential that the proposed behavior be adapted and not just merely a change in awareness, knowledge, attitudes or behavioral aims. Monitoring and evaluation is a necessary step at every level of the social marketing plan. This is done to understand the audience feedback on the proposed behavior by the marketer and its impact on societal gain. Necessary changes can be made wherever necessary after incorporating feedback from consumers. Audiences are understood to be at different levels. So while the marketer is persuading the downstream audience, it may make sense to target the upstream audience, who are the policymakers and the corporations. The other audiences are the immediate family and friends, who are part of the midstream audience. There are 4 core principles that are unique to social marketing as explained by the authors Nancy Lee, Mike Rothschild and Bill Smith. Value exchange, recognition of competition, 4 P's of marketing sustainability. In social marketing context, the audience is awarded for adapting to proposed behavior. The value exchange will comprise of the audience choosing behavior in lieu of a benefit or removing obstacles that the audience sees as vital to better their lives. Social marketing creates a unique exchange offer which the audience sees as having a better value as opposed to any other option available. The 4 P's, product, price, promotion and place, are very basic to social marketing. No plan can be made without these tools in place. They help in designing proposed behaviors and decrease barriers as intended in the plan. Let us understand, taking an example, what are the issues we are facing as an urban society in India. There is a need of the hour for less crowded public transports that are more frequent and of better quality. Sanitation is another issue that plagues the country and which can be improved upon, giving better facilities. The tools of social marketing can really help in these situations. The marketer will have to study audiences, examine barriers for behavioral change and other solutions. There will be a need for continuous program evaluation and monitoring at every step of the program, which helps changing the situation for the better. Social marketing differs from commercial marketing from the fact that though commercial marketing aims to make profits by developing individuals' well-being, social marketing helps in developing an individual and society's well-being. Communications is vital to any form of behavior change. In social marketing, communications means activities that define advantages of the offering price and the ease of reach. Something that is unique to social marketing is communicating a combined worth of marketing mix unlike any other communication discipline. Social marketing forms an important role in influencing authorities in regulation changes that help in improving behavior changes. Social media have become important subsets of communications which help in reaching audiences in a more personal manner and allow for interactivity between organization and public. Non-profit marketing focuses on communication which is geared towards fundraising, advocacy and program development, etc. Behavioral economics takes into account the fact that various kinds of environmental changes can influence how an individual's behavior would change. Social marketing could use these concepts to increase the efficacy of their programs. Its exclusive value lies in designing a program on behavior change, incorporating its unique features and shared characteristics from various disciplines. This description believes that consumers have to be understood as humans who have their own choices, and some mere words or regulations will not make them make different choices. It understands and builds on consumer choices, self-interest, takes into account obstacle to behavior, competition and its impact. If mediations are in place, then they lead to decrease in obstacles and increase in gains, which matters to the concerned audience as it leads them to action. Designing a social marketing plan. Philip Kotler and Nancy Lee 2012 in their book titled Social Marketing explain the following steps to design a social marketing plan. Background, purpose and focus. Situation analysis, target audience, behavior objectives and goals, target audience barriers, benefits, the competition and influential others positioning statement. Product, price, promotion and place, marketing mix strategies, plan for monitoring and evaluation, budget, plan for implementation and program management. It focuses on the purpose of the plan, the main marketing objective and goals, the preferred positioning, marketing mix strategies, 4 Ps and the evaluation and monitoring activities, budget and the implementation plans. The first step focuses on the issues that the plan is intending to impact upon, whatever will be the need, say health issues, safety or sanitation. It describes the population being targeted in the plan. It further focuses on the solution that the plan has to offer. It gives detail of the sponsors and the reason for creating the plan in the first place. The second step analyzes the situation with reference to the following. SWOT means strengths, weakness, opportunities and threat of the organization. Previous secondary data already available on efforts already undertaken and market research data. The third stage is largest audience, an essential component of any campaign or plan. Target audience description would consist of the priority target audience, demographics and information on audience's keenness to change. The plan also discusses any specific behavior, values and lifestyle of the audience segment, social network and community assets, etc. Market research data available also supports and adds value to the existing information about the target audience. The fourth step discusses the various behavior, objectives and goals of the plan. The proposed behavior that the target audience will be persuaded to adapt to as part of the plan. Goals are clearly defined as per the SMART criteria. SMART means specific, measurable, relevant, time bound, and that can quantify the behavior outcome. It will also measure any changes in the audience's knowledge, beliefs and behavior. The fifth step describes more about audience barriers. It discusses perceived barriers and the cost involved with adapting to new ones. It also points out to clear benefits that will help in influencing and supporting targeted behaviors. The sixth step elaborates upon the positioning statement. How should the target audience see the specific behavior? The seventh step elaborates upon the marketing mix strategy, 4 Ps, product, price, place and promotion analysis with reference to the intentions will be done. Product. The advantages derived from undertaking certain behaviors and the goods and services offered to help in adoption. It involves the core product, the actual product and the augmented product. The core product comprises of the desired benefits assured to the audience if certain behavior was done. The actual product describes the characteristics of any goods, services promoted. The augmented product is any additional goods and services support the performance of the behavior or enhance appeal. Price. The cost involved in adapting to the new behavior and the tactics to reduce the cost. Place. Convenient access is extremely important. This point stresses on that it is up to the planner to create an environment which is conducive to the audience to engage in the desired behaviors and make the products and services accessible to them. This also includes forming partnerships for distribution channels, etc. Promotion. Preparing persuasive communications emphasizing the benefits, features, fair price and accessibility. The 8th step focuses on monitoring and evaluation, which comprises of monitoring progress and evaluating the result at every step of the plan. Budgeting is an important component of the plan and the 9th step of the plan. This step elaborates on the cost for implementation of the plan and the expenses involved for research and evaluation or any other foreseen cost involved. Finally, the 10th step involves the implementation of the plan. This step describes the distribution of work to the personnel involved and includes detail of partners and their role in the project. The campaign creators are the individuals and organizations that are in charge of making healthcare, transport, environment and financial services, or for that matter anything help individuals lead better lives. These are individuals who are working as program managers, as community relations officers or some other communication position in organizations, but may not necessarily have a social marketing title. The sponsors are organizations in the public sector such as WHO, which is an international agency. National agencies such as Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the National AIDS Control Organization, the Department of School Education and Literacy, the Ministry of Rural Development, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, or the Ministry of Environment and Forests. It also includes government authorities like the public utilities, fire department, school or parks. Non-profit organizations also become a part of initiatives which have been initiated by the parent organization. There are many NGOs which are working on environment, health and education, etc. and trying to help the society. The biggest challenge of this approach is, of course, the audience, who is a complex human being who has to be persuaded to change his behavior, which will benefit him and the society at large. The planner has to keep in mind the context and the situation while designing programs according to demographics, geographics and psychographics of the target audiences. Social marketing also assumes that people can be persuaded through marketing, which may at times lead to simplistic analysis of complex social issues. Existing beliefs and attitudes of people in society are deep-rooted and are not so easy to change until and unless they themselves see an advantage in changing their behavior towards an issue or a problem. Superstitions also are a hindrance in many people unable to change their attitudes and behavior towards certain issues. Also, often there can be a limitation to which solutions, products and services can be made for and provided to the concerned audience. This module focused on social marketing as one of the approach to development communication. It helped you know how the concept evolved and how it has been defined by various scholars. It elaborated on designing social marketing campaign and how communication is marketing for directed social change to the targeted community. For more details, please read the modules carefully and attempt the questions given at the end of each module. Thank you.